Hey YouTube, Peterbilt Knife Guy, and today we're going to be looking at the Eafengrow 128.
Guess it was too thick.
So like we said, this is the Eafengrow EF-128. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been thoroughly enjoying this knife. This is a, man, it's just one of those good all-around camp knives. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's not too thick. It's made out of DC-53 steel, which actually I knew nothing about before Eafengrow, but they say it's a direct replacement for D2 in like tool dies and stuff like that. Some people say it's not a direct, it's not, some people say it's not an equivalent to D2, but it's better. A lot of people have different opinions, but they do use DC-53 as a direct replacement for D2 tool dies. Now, it is a tougher steel than D2 with about the same edge retention, in my opinion, that I've noticed. I've actually, like I said, been really enjoying using this knife. It is a good size. I know I've said that twice, but it is true. When Eafengrow reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to test this knife out? This one I was actually really excited about. Then I watched Grug's at Legion Tactical Cutlery video on it because I kind of wanted to know something about it before I even got it. And one of the things he pointed out is all the radius. Everything on this knife is radius. There's not a sharp point on it except for the stuff that's supposed to be sharp, and that I dug. Even up here for batoning and stuff like that, it's not going to beat up your baton, but it's not going to strike a fire steel. But also too, this could be used as a survival knife if you wanted to, but like I said, you're gonna have trouble with your fire steel. Is that a problem? No, because how much is a freaking striker for your fire steel? It ain't a problem. I know this is that'd be a deal breaker for some people. If you really wanted to, you could take a little grinder, put a little notch in there or something, give yourself a 90-degree spine if you were interested into it. This knife is very, very affordable for what it is. It is a solid chunk, 6 millimeters thick, I believe, of DC-53, and just a fantastic EDC shape, in my opinion. And it's a little big for EDC, but for camp use, man, I think this thing would just shine. I did take it out and do some, well, I didn't take it out, but I here at the house, I did do some testing. I did some feather sticks. I did some batoning, a baton through a knot, and you can see the remnants of all that on here. I haven't even stropped it yet. You can still see the funk on the edge. There is not a nick in this thing, and it is still sharp. This DC-53 steel that I really don't know a lot about, Eafengrow does a fantastic job with it. I have noticed with the other knives in DC-53 that it is super easy to strop back if you were to even lose an edge. And honestly, I haven't lost an edge yet on one. I have, you know, obviously it's got a little duller than it was when I got it, because Eafengrow has been some of the sharpest knives out of the box that I've received ever. And that includes like Benchmade and other brands too. You know, so it's obviously not going to be that hair popping, hair splitting sharp that it was before after much use, but it comes right back on a strop, which is awesome. Typical Eafengrow fashion, you get the boring box, and I love that. It's my favorite part about them. Your money is getting spent on this knife, not the packaging. Some people like packaging. I'm not. I don't keep these. It's hard to store as many knives as I have without keeping the boxes, so I just chuck these. Even on expensive knives, they're all chucked. There's your information right there. There's the model number. Yeah, so perfect. I love that Eafengrow just doesn't put money into their boxes. I want the money in the knife. That's what I'm buying for. I can go down to freaking Ace Hardware and buy a box. I don't need nothing fancy. Getting to the sheath, it's dirty because I used it, but this is another example of Eafengrow's awesome budgetness, but it's budget good. You know, there's cheap and then there is value, like high value, low cost stuff. And that's what Eafengrow has been so far with everything I've seen from them in their fixed blades. Like I said, this sheath is awesome. It is a thinner Kydex, but it's done so good. It ain't going nowhere. There's no rattle. It comes with a tech lock type of deal. It's not a true tech lock, but it's tech lock-ish. These things are fantastic. You can run them however you want. You could, all kinds of places for lashing. Just Eafengrow just does a fantastic job with their sheaths and their knives for the price point. I know a lot of people, I've done a couple videos on Eafengrow before, and there's not a person in the comments that I've ever had say that Eafengrow sucked. Everybody loves Eafengrow, and I'm kind of late to the Eafengrow game, and I see it. I see it now. This knife could easily be $150, $200 if it was made by a U.S. manufacturer, you know, and some, if this was made by, let's just say this knife was made in this exact configuration with like 1095 Crovan by K-Bar or something like that, it'd be a $150 knife. You know, it's whatever, you know, you just can't beat the value of these knives. I have rolled in some footage, I believe at this point, of me using it. It's just been freaking awesome. This is probably, as of right now, my favorite knife. Let's get some specs out here because I haven't done that yet. The blade length of cutting edge, we're looking at roughly 6 inches. It's about 6, no, that's right, it's 6 and a quarter, 6 1/8. From here, your handle is another thing, and I have very big hands, and this handle, your inner grip is like 4 1/4 inches, which is plenty for big hands like mine, which has been an issue with a couple of their knives. This handle is adequate, and the way it's shaped, I don't know if you can see that, it's got the swell in the middle, it's a little narrower up here, it's a little thicker back here, drops down. It is a super comfortable handle. You got these little, what do you call them? I don't even know. It's just milled, so you can do all kinds of different stuff. You can put your finger right there, like I did when I was doing feather sticking. And it doesn't really have a finger choil. It has kind of more of a sharpening choil, but it does lend it to just be able to get closer and do the fine tasks and stuff like that. This knife's just awesome. Eafengrow, this one is a winner in my opinion. Yeah, and I did a tip test too. Not a super brutal one, but I smacked it. I bent it over, and it just held up great. This DC53 steel has impressed me. It impressed me a lot, actually, especially for the price point. This thing's fantastic. We have G10 handle scales, multicolored, green and black. I know my friend Scott loves green, so this knife is for him. But yeah, and not much billboarding, you know. I really don't mind their little emblem here, which is, it's actually, honestly, it fits the knife. We do kind of have a little attitude adjuster in the back, and it's a lanyard attachment if you were into that. Yeah, it's just a good freaking knife. Love it. Awesome. Anyways, check it out. I will put the Amazon link in the description, and thanks for watching.